So the Giveneu company was kind enough to send me one of these double burners that they sell, and I tried it out for a little while. So I already did an unboxing video, kind of going over everything that it can do. But let's talk a little bit about, is it worth your money? Is it something you should get? So I've been using it out here when cooking on my Blackstone. I set it right over here on my prep cart, and it's been kind of nice. I could say that there are some things that you don't really cook on the Blackstone, like maybe boiling pasta or cooking some sauces or things like that. And it's been kind of nice to not have to run back and forth inside the house, or to have my wife in there cooking that while I'm out here cooking on the Blackstone. So I could just set this up on the prep cart, plug it in, and I could cook those things right there next to me the whole time and not have to worry about it. So that's been good. I could tell you that if you're a camper, this would be probably really good if you had the ability to plug it in, like maybe you had a camper or something, and you wanted to be able to plug it in and have a way to cook outside. This is a really nice machine for doing that. I think it works really well. We cooked pasta in it the other night, and it boiled the pasta in about, in fact, my wife was timing it with a pot on the oven, our oven inside, and it took about the same amount of time. Okay, so as far as how much it heats and things like that, it's maybe just a minute or two longer to heat up and do everything, but really it wasn't bad. So it works really well for those kinds of things. Um, it's really nice as far as like how it looks. I like the stainless steel finish on it. Okay, I think the little black burners on here look really nice. I think the whole thing looks really good. I think they gave you plenty of room for having two pots on here at the same time. The temperature adjustment here, I could tell you with my usage of it, has been good, because like at one point I was cooking pasta sauce on one, and I had it up a little too high, and you could see that the pasta sauce was starting to splash and bubble up. So I just turned it down, and I was able to get it pretty easily to where I wanted it to be, so that it didn't cook too much and that it wasn't bubbling, right? So the controls work. Everything works really, really nicely. The light comes on whenever the heating element is heating. So like when you turn this on, you hear a little click, which is supposed to turn the light on. And that's the sign that the heating element is heating. And just like your burner in the house, unless you have gas, an electric burner in the house, um, it doesn't stay on all the time. It clicks on and off, and or depending on what temperature you set it on. This does the same thing, but you can't see that it's on here like you can with some of the burners in the house. So it has this nice little light here to indicate to you when it's heating up. So the light goes off when it's not heating up, and then the light will keep clicking on while it's heating up. So those kinds of features are really nice. I will say the one complaint, and this is the only complaint I really have about this device, is the size of the burners themselves. And I understand why they chose the sizes they did. They're probably thinking you're cooking for a small amount of people, you're at a campsite, something like that, and you want this to be as compact as possible to make it portable. All of that makes perfect sense. But you can see these burners are not very big. And for what I'm using it for out here, cooking for my family, and I just want to have it out here next to me on the Blackstone, it didn't allow me to cook in as big of a pot as I like. Sometimes, especially when I'm making pasta, I want a larger pot to boil the water in and put the pasta in. And I could not get my largest pot on here. I had to do one of my medium-sized pots here, which means I couldn't make quite as much pasta as I wanted. And then I had to do a smaller pot for the sauce over here. So that may not be a big deal to you. I'm thinking, there are times that I want to cook stuff in like a larger pan, and I won't be able to do that on here because it's just not big enough for that. And so, that's something to consider if you're one that prefers a larger pot or a larger pan. This doesn't allow for that. You're only going to get a medium size on this side and a small on this side. Okay. But other than that, I really was pretty pleased with this. In fact, one of the things that I thought was really nice is that I don't know how it does it to not get too hot underneath here, but I was able to have it sitting on my prep station, and I put a cutting board underneath it to be safe, just because I wasn't sure how hot it was gonna get, and it honestly didn't get very hot under there at all. I really didn't need the cutting board under there, so I would feel perfectly safe sitting it on my prep cart back there and not having anything underneath it, because it gets a little warm to the touch, but this never gets so hot that you can't touch it, and it never gets so hot underneath that you can't really do anything with it. So it's a good little device. I plan on using it some more. I think it's going to be worth having. It doesn't take up a huge amount of space in my cabinet, which is nice. I can just kind of store it in my cabinet inside. So again, if you're like me, you want a burner that you can have outside at your outdoor kitchen, and so you could cook right next to you. Might be a good option for you. If you are a camper, I would highly recommend it, especially if you are camping and you have access to electricity so that you can plug things like this in. I think it would be great for something like that, for something portable, or even maybe tailgating. If you're a major tailgater and you want to go out and cook, and maybe you set up your little station and they have electricity and things, and you could set up and cook. That might be an option for you too. Um, so I do recommend the product. I can tell you that it runs about $118 on their website. I'm going to put the website down in the description here. I can tell you that they have offered me the opportunity to offer you a discount if you are watching my video. You can type in my code, which I believe is Blackstone. I'll put the code down in the description as well. And so if you go to their link and you type in my code, they will give you 20% off on this. Okay, so if you're interested in something like this and you want to save a little bit of money, use my code Blackstone. Go to their website. Go ahead and order you one. They have some other cool products, like they have what looks like a really nice coffee grinder. They have a really cool looking fondue pot station with a grill that surrounds it and things. I'd be interested to see what that could do as well. But they have some cool stuff on there. They have a stand mixer, kind of like a KitchenAid mixer, which could be nice as well. So check them out. Use my code if you're interested in ordering one of these. Thank you. Till next time.